Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna focus on my terraces, where there's been a little empty. First I'm gonna start out by making some sitting areas, and I'm using what I already have because it is the texture I want and then I don't have to pay for the texture. Plus I already made pillows, so it's just saving me some time coloring it instead of finding it and then coloring it and making pillows all over again. And just thinking if I really want that texture, but realizing that is okay, close to what I want. Okay, no one's gonna fool you, I know, but yeah, I changed the texture. I just didn't want the pillows from the other one. So here you see me, I'm just using the same one multiple times to really make it, fill in. And I'm trying to make it look better so you can see it all, and it's a little hard. I'm moving around some items and sitting around, putting it in so it's like half a side, and yeah, just looking at it, just moving it around so it matches perfectly. And then I'm going to just look a little bit and just move around to see. Now I want to make the little garden area in it, and for that I need some trees and some bushes and lily pads, because the flowers and lily pads, they don't need to be watered, and that's just a lot of work you go without and you still get the flowers. I love it. I see me just copying what I already have so I don't have to color it or size it too much. Still sizing it a bit so it has like a difference from each other. And I'm just copying what I already have because I don't want to find it in garden and color it all over again. Copying it, putting in the big things first. Just, making sure I have all the special things before I go to just grass again. Not thinking as much of the back side as on the front, because obviously you're gonna look most at it from inside. You're not gonna look that much into detail at it from the outside, especially because it's so tall up, and you don't really see that. Sizing it because I don't want to find new things, coloring it, giving some difference in the same things to, try to make it look a little different even though it's the same. Moving things around, I'm moving it so I can take more in and then put the flower back in. It's just easier to do it that way, because it has a lot of area where you really can't place things, and then it's easier to just place it back in afterwards. You have placed the other thing. Yeah, I think we're just gonna skip the rest of this because it's a little boring. Okay, so now we're gonna, I got kicked out of the game, so I just need to color my elevator again. And now we're gonna make this little terrace because that is also a little boring and we want to have some stuff. Now I want one that's a little smaller, so it's just a 2 people area to sit down. And I'm thinking having it against the wall, but then I am agreeing my choices and making it, at the edge. Having little struggles finding which table I want, because there's the new ones that look really cool. But that's not really the theme I'm going with right now, so I need to look a little around and find the one I want, which ends up being the small one. And I'm coloring it the same color as I have at the pink purple room, because it just adds with the metal, and I'm having that at the side of one of the chairs, because then I can have something over there. Moving a little bit and checking that there's the same space between on each side from the table to the chairs. Putting some decorations on and actually just copying the flower things, pots from the bathroom, because they're already basically colored. And that makes it a little easier, the time saving, the money saving. I'm putting some books down, which I could have copied some from somewhere, but it just doesn't cost that much to do, so I just chose to make it myself again. And I'm thinking, what would I have on the big table? I'm thinking I want to have some fruit bowl, but I want to have the one that like matches the table. And I had a little struggle finding it, but finally I did, and I'm coloring it. the colors that I use for the house, basically. This is not any room color, this is like basic house color. I'm thinking of adding some like, so the back gets a little more connected and not like, bench. But I'm dumping it because it's not that easy and I don't want to do that. And I'm copying these because they're like the right size. And I just need to color them a little bit, to have drinks or something on. And that just looks kind of cool. We have that like in our house too, and it's really nice to have. Then I'm thinking, what else do I want? And I am realizing that you can see the roof on the next floor. So I'm taking my round structural I have in the color of the house. And I am with the biggest squares, placing it where I want it. So you can't really see that floor sticking down anymore. Then I want to have something at the end wall because it's a little empty over here, over there. And this just doesn't feel right because I don't want to have that kind of rooing and that's too big. So I end up with this small one. I'm thinking which one is better. And I'm having a little trouble getting it like right in the middle. And then I'm having using a little time coloring it too. Realizing that it's the water I'm coloring first and then the back. And then I put in some more planes and some lights, just real quick checking. And I'm thinking which kind of light do I want to use. It's going all the way up, but that's way too big. So I'm going down, thinking, and I'll choose this lantern that you can place on the floor and color it so it matches in. And I don't want to color the exact same color as the flower pot, so I give it a little dark. And I just chose so it looks like it's nice, so I can see how much light that's going to be. And that's okay, I am thinking, because you have a little light on your screen too. Putting a plant. Voila. So that's not done, but it's okay, and I'm going to do like a little more on the other one now. And I want to have some plants over here, of course, too, even though I have the, flower pot thing. That's just not enough for me, and that just doesn't look good. So we move. Moving it a little around, coloring it, and I'm making a side on this sofa thing because I've seen someone else do that on TikTok and I thought it looked really cool, so I did that too. I don't remember who, so I'm sorry I can't give credit. But yeah, just know that. Okay. And I'm just copying these tables because I can use the same things. And I'm just moving a little around with it on the table and yeah, changing around, moving tables too, to make it like how I want it. From there, I just... Okay, wait, this comes... Yeah, and I'm just looking around. I'm taking some of the candles I have in... they are different colors too, so they just make it a little light there so you can, actually see something also at night. Plus, it's free lights. You don't have to pay bills for them. They're just there. But then I think the other side is still a little empty. But firstly, we're making this, and I'm miscalculating where I'm gonna have it, so I need to go backwards again. And then now it's, you can't see the flooring from up, so yeah, sorry. I'm taking a carpet and I am coloring it how I wish it to be. Finding something I can use, and then I am taking the structural here to make it like a little more special because it just looks a little boring. First I'm doing the outline of it, and then I'm putting in some fun stuff so it looks a little better. I like to use the medium-sized squares for this because it makes it easier to make straight lines. Also, so if you forget where you were and you're exactly the same amount out instead of, the smaller ones where it's a little hard to count and keep track, moving one up or down. So I just do this a little bit and then I turn it without realizing I'm still at the medium sized squares, but it's okay, I think. I think it turned out pretty great. And then I'm thinking, the other side of this is a little empty. So I am thinking of having a fireplace, but also thinking there's gonna come smoke out of it if I don't have, sides on. And I don't want to have sides on because this is outdoor. You can see the smoke going to the room above, and I don't want that. So I find this, reach hammer mug. I'm taking it down to see which side the head is in, and I see it's like up above, so I move it and then I turn it. So I know where the head is if I want to have a table at it or something. Yeah, my friend did something. So I'm coming back. I got thrown out from the game, and I'm coloring it to make it look exactly how I want. And I'm thinking, how should I color this? Give up and I try again. And it takes a little bit of time, but I'm pretty happy with what I came up with. And voila, that is a beautiful, beautiful, relaxing area out here. And I'm still thinking, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I can just color it the same color as the carpet. But it's still a little empty and there's no light. So I go back over to the other side and see what can I use. So I'm taking plant, because we all love plants, don't we? Looking around, that's a little better, but that's not nearly enough. So I'm also taking this little light, because obviously we need lighting. I'm placing it down so you can see how much it is. I'm still daylight, which is not good enough, and I'm thinking having it up there, but nah. So I'm putting it down in the other side, even though it doesn't give much light, but it gives something. And I am gonna place some more grass, but we're gonna skip that part too because it's boring. Okay, so now that that's over, we're gonna look a little around, see if there's light enough, and there is. So we're gonna move on and look at the other side. If we just, we're gonna copy some decoration in, as I talked about earlier. Voila. You can hear like the water. And now we're gonna put on some carrot. So really like make it look a little more homely and not just like windows, but actually having some curtains. And I'm gonna make that because I think it works well together with my technique of making, the curtains customized. And over here we are gonna have some pillows too, because it's one pillow that's not the prettiest and can't have any texture. So we're gonna put some on, and on both sides of course. Voila, I got kicked out of the game again. And we just real quick gonna look around, see what we have of balconies. And it's not that bad. Just also looking at the light level, if I can live with this, and I can definitely live with that. Wow. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.